how does identity play into this? Right? I mean, when did you shift from early on being a corporate marketer, so to speak, to identifying yourself as a publisher, identifying yourself as an author? Or maybe your self-identity is broader than that.
I've gone through a lot of different chapters of that, so to speak.
Yeah.
And certainly some of them I didn't want to, but I had people in my life who sat me down and said, look, you need to fill out this form again at the doctor's office, and you're no longer checking this box, you're checking this box.
Okay.
So I think that the first realization of identity and who am I was that I went from being Karen and Bob to being a single parent, to checking the box of being a widow. After a while, I met my husband Gino. Now I suddenly was the second wife and a stepmom and evil queen of the world and things like that. And so personally and professionally, I've had a lot of boxes to check. And even in my work today, sometimes I have to think about, am I doing this as an author? Am I doing this as a publisher? Okay. Who am I representing here? I just recently took on a position to be on a national board representing small publishers.
Oh, fabulous.
And it's a great opportunity. And and in that role I get to represent small publishers and indie publishers and independent authors. And so I think that in each thing that I do every day, I just remind myself I have a lot of hats to wear. And when I'm doing something, just being intentional about which hat I'm wearing when I'm doing that, so I can do the best with that piece of that identity.
What does next look like?
Oh, that's a really good question. I know that I feel a different sense of responsibility now than I did before. My son is in college, and he's actually this summer working for our publishing company. And so it's less about every day being a mom and more being an advisor, so to speak, as he grows up. And I feel the same way in my company. I have over 70 authors and illustrators now, and I feel like whatever comes in that next step, I want to make sure that they have a good home, that there's some longevity to their careers and their opportunities going forward to continue to serve military families and things like that. So I think I'm entering a different chapter, but I don't know quite yet what that looks like. I just know that I feel a different sense of responsibility and calling to the people that I've sort of raised in this process of chaos through ministry.
Do you, are you just moving, let me say it this way, are you just moving towards that? Or is there some intentionality around planfulness regarding what next is?
I think it's both. I think that if there's anything I've learned in this whole process, is that it's good to be intentional and to really make sure that you continue to be aligned with what you feel your purpose is and where you feel your talents can be. But that God may have a different plan than what you've set out. The first time I met with that spiritual director, Diane, we laugh about it now because I went in with a spreadsheet, I knew all my options and the pros and cons and what I was going to do, and she just laughed and said, put that away. Some of this you just have to take the circumstances of what you're given each day and say, how am I going to use that? How am I going to weave that together? And I think that that's part of the process I'm in right now, is taking not only the things that have brought me to this place, but looking ahead at the people that I serve in my work and saying, what are they going to need next? And am I the right person for that? How do I build that chapter for them too?
Right.